Welcome to the League of Nerds comic book segment number 117. I'm John Cooney, here to talk to you about comics being released the 23rd of April, 2014, beginning as usual with my first five, meaning these are the first 5 books I intend to read this week, and I'll give you a little more depth on them, starting with at number 1, Walking Dead number 126, All Out War Conclusion. This changes everything. Following the recent season finale of the Walking Dead TV show, series writer Robert Kirkman said this about the advantage comics readers have, quote, "You'll always have a better sense of where we're going if you're a diehard comic book fan because there are always certain hints that pop out to you more if you've read the comics. But as the comic fans know, that's never any clear indication of how we're going to adapt a story. So even if we're moving into a storyline that's very recognizable from the comics, we could be doing it in a completely different way," close quote. At number 2, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy number 14, 100th issue anniversary celebration. 45 years in the making, it's finally here, the 100th issue of Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, it's actually the 101st, but we had an X-Men crossover to get through. Sheesh. It's an all-star celebration of the most popular super team of 2014 as Cosmic Captain Brian Michael Bendis welcomes Nick Bradshaw of Wolverine and the X-Men to the team. As the Guardians of the Galaxy get ready for new members Venom and Captain Marvel, there are unexpected dangers that promise to tear the team to its core. Plus, in this special double-sized anniversary issue, 2 special backup stories by former Guardians of the Galaxy writers Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning. Writer Dan Abnett shared his feelings about this celebratory issue, quote, "It's great, I remember reading the very first Guardian story in a British Marvel reprint in the 70s. The Arnold Drake Gene Colan story featuring the original team. I always liked those characters and I loved it over the years when they reappeared in Steve Gerber's work on The Defenders and other places. They were always interesting guest stars, and when I got my hands on the cosmic stuff with Nova and characters like that, reconstituting the Guardians name seemed like a great thing to do, even if it was populated with completely different Marvel cosmic characters. It allowed the traditions to carry through and create a link to this future legacy that I knew would exist. So yes, it's fantastic that it's reached 100 issues with their appearances. That's brilliant, and I'm very pleased to be contributing to it. I'm just working out the details of the story now. I've got some strong ideas, but I'm probably not allowed to tell you what I'm doing just yet. It's going to be fun, though." Close quote. At number 3, we have Original Sin number 0. It's the prologue to the biggest Marvel series of the summer, Who is the Watcher? That's what Nova is wondering after his latest brush with the moon-dwelling enigma he's encountered before. But what he discovers will have a profound effect on the young hero, as well as priming the pump for the most cataclysmic event in Marvel history. What did he see? Artist Jim Chung explained his reaction to this assignment, quote, "I feel very fortunate that Marvel likes my work enough to place me on such books. I certainly don't take it for granted that they will do so, which is why I always feel a certain amount of trepidation when I start, because I want to make sure it won't be the last," close quote. He went on to tell about working with Mark Waid on this issue, quote, "Mark is actually working Marvel style for this book and turned in a plot which threw me for a bit of a loop, since I had been working full script for quite a number of years now. Not having everything laid out for me took me a while to get my bearings, but it worked out fine in the end. I had to brush away those cobwebs and recessed memories on how to do it. Hopefully the rustiness won't show and I'll have included everything that Mark asked for," close quote. At number 4, we've got Elektra number 1, Witness the beautifully violent return of the world's deadliest assassin. A life spent in silent pain has led Elektra to the precipice of despair. As she prepares to shed her past and take her next step, everything you know about her will change. Death is no escape, but she will find her way as a new option opens up that will take Elektra to places no other Marvel character can go. Series writer Hayden Blackman gave his plans for Elektra, quote, "We'll be putting Elektra into even more precarious situations. Not only will she be risking her life, but it's finally her life. She's no longer answering to anyone and is now striking out on her own to figure out who she is and what she wants, and she has even more to lose than ever before," close quote. He went on to say, quote, "Initially it's very simple. She wants to get away from New York, which she associates with Daredevil, Bullseye, the Hand, the Kingpin, all these elements of a past that she wants or needs to escape. On a deeper level, Elektra is wrestling with questions of identity and purpose. As the series opens, she's realizing that all of her life she has been defined by what others have wanted her to be. But when she's free of that for the first time, when she strips away who she is to everyone else, she isn't sure what's left, except an assassin. All that combines into a new mission, finding a legendary assassin with a price on his head before anyone else can. Close quote. And at number 5, we have Justice League United number 0. Top Comics writer Jeff Lemire teams with superstar artist Mike McKone for an all-new monthly series, Justice League United, starring the new team of powerful heroes Earth calls Justice League Canada. In the aftermath of Forever Evil, Adam Strange is caught up in an adventure across the far reaches of the cosmos that will unite an unexpected team of heroes, including Supergirl, Hawkman, Green Arrow, Stargirl, Martian Manhunter, and Animal Man. But if they're on the team, who exactly is Canadian? Plus, don't miss the debut of a new Canadian hero who will have a huge effect on the group. When asked about the role of humor in the series, writer Jeff Lemire responded, quote, "That's what's fun about writing team books. There's a big drama and big high-stakes action adventure, and there's also really small human moments, whether that be through humor or whatever. For me, I think the strength of my writing has always been the emotional content of the character work, so I've never been one to shy away from that. Trying to find the right balance between the big action stuff and the human moments is something that I'm getting better at. My run on Justice League Dark was my first time writing a team book, and I struggled a bit juggling all the different characters and all the plot lines, and maybe the human stuff got buried under plot a bit, so that was a good learning experience for me, and I'm eager not to repeat. It's all about the dynamics of the team and how all these different characters react to one another." Close quote. Rounding out the top 10 at number 6, we've got Powers Bureau number 9. The Eisner Award-winning team of Bendis and Oeming bring you another shocking chapter of one of the most successful independent comics of its generation. Walker and Pilgrim are in Hollywood investigating the death of a true American icon. The story of how these icons came to be is one of the darkest, most fascinating secrets of the American superpower history. From the writer of some of your favorite Marvel comics like All New X-Men and Guardians of the Galaxy. At number 7, we've got Batman Eternal number 3. A gang war erupts in Gotham City, but the GCPD doesn't plan to help Batman stop it. Plus the return of fan-favorite Batman supporting character Stephanie Brown. At number 8, we've got Daredevil number 2. Daredevil's in over his head in his new hometown, which isn't at all as he remembers it. New threats, new obstacles, and a forgotten Marvel hero steps from the shadows to make him feel most unwelcome. At number 9, we have Thief of Thieves number 20. The hit list starts here. Conrad may have pulled off his last heist, but not without making some new enemies. Is anyone in his life safe? And at number 10, we have Secret Origins number 1. At last, the secret origins of the world's greatest heroes in the New 52 can be revealed. This new series gets off to an awesome start with the origins of the last son of Krypton and Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, plus the first Robin, Dick Grayson. For the best of the rest from DC Comics, we've got Dead Boy Detectives number 5. Back at her parents' swanky house after causing the destruction of St. Hilarions, Crystal bonds with Charles over a high-tech investigation of his mysterious family history. Feeling distinctly unwanted, Edwin huffs off and begins his own investigation of the spooky cat-infested house across the way. What he finds there is a portal into his own past that will turn his whole world upside down. And we've got Superman number 30. Every man, woman, and child in Smallville has suddenly fallen into a coma while the citizens of the bottled city of Kandor begin to rise again. Meanwhile, Superman has his hands full as Doomsday cuts a swath of destruction through the heart of the Earth itself. From Marvel Comics, we've got Avengers Undercover number 3, Face to Face with Arcade. What happens when the Murder World survivors confront their former captor? Hint, somebody doesn't survive. Next, we have Fantastic Four number 3, The Fall of the Fantastic Four, Part 3. The Fantastic Four were victorious defending Manhattan from the interdimensional invasion, but at a terrible cost. Is this flame off forever for the Human Torch? Introducing a new, stronger, deadlier version of the Wrecking Crew. We've also got Uncanny Avengers number 19, Avenge the Earth continues. Kang's Kronos Corps arrives on Planet X with a terrible offer. The former members of the Uncanny Avengers must reunite to save the Earth. Magneto's all-new X-Force are out for the blood of a Summers. And we have What If Age of Ultron number 4 of 5, Tricentennial Battles. In a world without Captain America, the United States has lost its spirit, its inspiration. A secret cabal unites to create a new Captain America in the nation's most trying time. The war veteran Frank Castle is transformed into something far more than he ever imagined. But not everyone is Steve Rogers. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got the massive number 22, Roaring across North Africa, a 5-mile-long convoy of water trucks represents life for millions of people. Local soldiers sign on as security, and it's a high-risk job to repel pirates, saboteurs, and well-armed warlords in 120-degree heat. So why is Mary here? From IDW Publishing, we've got 24 number 1, Jack Bauer Lives Again. Before the Emmy Award-winning drama returns to your television with Live Another Day, find out what the heroic agent has been up to in the several years following the events of the final season. Restarting the clock on the high-octane saga are writing sensation Ed Brisson of Secret Avengers and Eisner Award nominee Michael Gaydos of Alias. And we've got Danger Girl Mayday number 1 of 4, an all-new cast of sinister characters, secrets from Deuce's past, and the shocking return of the deadliest and sexiest Danger Girl villain of all time. Fans of the original and best-selling Danger Girl series can't miss what's sure to be the wildest adventure of the year, plus a mysterious major lurks in the wings. From Image Comics, we've got Lazarus number 8, Lift Part 4. Forever calls on the Daggers. The Barretts reach the final stage of their journey as all threads converge on Denver for the lift. And we've got Protectors Inc. number 6. It begins with 2 seemingly unconnected deaths, a young woman washed up on the shore of Lake Michigan and the huntsman whose death Protectors Inc. insisted was an accident. But now the lines connecting these two events are becoming clear, and Lieutenant Detective John Riley finds himself on the edge of a conspiracy that may shatter everything the public believes about their heroes, assuming he can survive the investigation. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Harbinger number 22, all new arc, Death of a Renegade Part 1 of 3. Peter Stanchek and his wayward team of teenage renegades thought they had found freedom. They thought they could get their old lives back. They thought they could bring down Toyo Harada and the Harbinger Foundation. They were wrong, and now one of them will die. Out in trades this week, we've got Brilliant Volume 1 hardcover, Premiere Edition, the first creator-owned book by Ultimate Spider-Man co-creators Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley. Brilliant tells the story of a handful of college-age geniuses who challenge each other to solve the mystery of superpowers. Can the best and brightest change science fiction into science fact? And if so, how will the world at large react? Brilliant is a thriller of the highest order. It's the story of how true power can either destroy or protect the strongest of friendships. It's the story of how the world will react when our true potential is finally unlocked. Collecting Brilliant number 1 through 5. And we have Savage Wolverine Volume 1 Kill Island trade paperback. Wolverine awakes to find himself transported to the Savage Land and labeled Public Enemy number 1. With no memory of how he got there, and Shauna the She-Devil his only ally, Logan must unravel the mystery that slumbers at the heart of the Savage Land before it finds a way to kill him first. In search of answers, the ferocious duo venture into the depths of the Forbidden Island, where they face a brutal gauntlet of battles with the island natives, wild dinosaurs, giant apes, and a deadly threat from another world. And when another hero crash lands on the island, he will turn the tide of the battle. But is he friend or foe? Featuring guest appearances from Amadeus Cho, Man-Thing, and Incredible Hulk. Collecting Savage Wolverine number 1 through 5. Okay, so that's just a few of my favorite books out this week. There's still plenty of others available, and I broke out all the Marvel titles this week into their own video, as well as a separate video for all of DC, and even a video with the top independent publishers. You can find them all on my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com. And we'll also have links up on the leagueofnerds.com, our Facebook page, so be sure to like us there too. And of course, you can follow everything I'm reading on Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, or Twitter. You can find links to everything in the About section at he'sgotissues.com. And a reminder that both He's Got Issues and the League of Nerds are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.